I mean, there's got to be more. And I was one that was at least fortunate. I had both my parents being both born and raised in Nigeria. I'm thinking like, man, at least I know who I am because my roots, I know exactly where I came from. I'm Nigerian. But then when I start looking to my Nigerian heritage and I start doing my family trees, the Gbaja-Biamila is a big family in Nigeria, a very big family, well-known name. I remember going to this guy named Akeem Olajuwon. He was a Nigerian basketball player in my days. And I remember my dad says, your name is, the Gbaja-Biamila name is a well-known name. And I went to him, went to a Milwaukee game. I guess he was playing for the Toronto at that time, Raptors. And I got to go into the back, and he came out very tall, man. He looked like my uncle, but just very tall. I had to look up. And I said, hey, I'm a Nigerian football player with the Green Bay Packers. And he says, what's your name? I said, Gbaja-Biamila. He says, huh? I said, Gbaja-Biamila. He said, he says, he was shocked. He said, Gbaja-Biamila is a well-known name. Does your family knows you? I mean, he was so excited to meet me. And I was excited to meet my Nigerian brother too. So I'm thinking like, man, at least I know where I came from because my family didn't go on that slave ship. But then when I do my research, literally my great-grandfather, that means my dad's grandfather, he was a slave in Great Britain. No, Great Britain occupied the area we call Nigeria today. He was a slave. So his name wasn't even Gbaja-Biamila was a nickname that he dropped his Christian name, which was what did I say his Christian name is? Berkeley. Berkeley was his slave name. He dropped Berkeley, just like Malcolm Little dropped his name and took on X. And Cassius Clay took on Muhammad Ali. He dropped his slave name and took on the name Gbaja-Biamila. That's why if you see a Gbaja-Biamila, we are related, for hands down. I remember one time we were playing the game, and I remember Al Harris came up, and my brother was in the game on special team, and his back was facing our sideline. And he looked at me and says, hey, that guy has the same last name. Are you guys related? I said, if you see a name like that, we're related. But I said, yeah, that's my brother. That's Akbar Gbaja-Biamila. So that name is not, I mean, we are big. I mean, big is because my great-grandfather had 4 wives, and he had like 11 children. From that 11, they had it, and he had about 15, and it just keeps on going down to where now I'm the fourth 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm fourth generation of Gbaja-Biamila. But then I say, okay, but I want to get beyond when he was a slave. And that's where you get lost, because he was a slave. And they occupied that area. Great Britain occupied the area. Nigeria didn't even get their independence until 1960, I believe. 1960, not that long. Is it 1960? I think it's a 50-year anniversary or whatever like that. Don't quote me, but look up when Nigerians' Independence Day is. They broke away from Great Britain. But then I tried, and I have a family tree. I have this thing called Ancestry.com, and I literally have taken this painstaking time to do my family tree to see who I am. I've even taken the painstaking time that when I read the Bible, I write down Adam. Okay, Adam had Seth, and I read all, and I got all the way down. And who would ever think that, man, my lineage is connected to that lineage when you get to Noah. Noah had 3 sons. He had Japhet, Ham, and Seth. And Shem. And to know that I'm somehow connected to that lineage. That's why how can anybody apologize for being anti-Shemitic when they're actually when they come from the line of Shem, that family line? Is that anti-Semitic, or wouldn't that be more pro-Shemitic or Semitic?